Hello everyone, as you can tell I've been doing videos quite as much often, at least this week, and most of you know why, but I'm going to go ahead and do this, even though it's a very last second thing, but I'm going to go ahead and do this video. Now, the theme for this week is Guilty Pleasures, and Guilty Pleasures was one of those things that it wasn't very hard to think of something that fits that, and there definitely something that comes to mind. It's not something I have to really think very hard, it just comes very easily, and it has to do with anime. And when it comes to anime, some anime tend to include a lot of female characters. And sometimes they can do pretty good. Sometimes they can actually turn out to be very interesting, very action-oriented, or just cool, or maybe have some very good story to them. But some of them tend to be just amusing. That's the word I'm definitely going to be using a lot in this video, so. But they're definitely easily amusing, and they entertain you in a lot of ways that just bring a big smile on your face, and they have a certain way that they do things very often, especially in anime like, let's just say, Rosario Vampire, which is probably the best example, and if you look it up on Google Images, you'll get a great idea of what kind of anime this is like. But they do a great job of getting your attention and amusing you, and just having just the way that things happen in some of these shows, it's just so unpredictable, and it's just the big question comes up, why or how, and it doesn't make any sense sometimes, but you still end up enjoying it, and they do a great job of amusing you and making it entertaining, and it just, I don't know how to explain it, but it really brings a big smile on your face, and probably for kind of a, not the right reasons, but it's nothing like really crazy or anything like that, but I mean, that would definitely be the best show to look up, I would say. And this kind of goes into the whole direction of, let's just say, hentai, which not everyone knows what hentai is. Some people have a good idea of what it is, or they've heard of it, and some people actually know what it is. No, I haven't watched very much hentai, although I did one day when, for the very few times I've ever, looked into any, I end up grabbing a bunch of pictures and doing a lot of crazy stuff, but I've been definitely doing whatever I can to just stop looking up any of that kind of stuff. Now, there's a lot of fan-made hentai, which is usually some kind of pornography-related anime based upon, let's just say someone, if they make something fan-made, they might make some fan-made pornography, whether it's pictures or actual video or animation sometimes. And they could be very interesting sometimes, and a lot of people go after them, especially when, let's just say, a lot of people want this person in this anime and this person to come together or something like that. And it can sometimes affect the way that you actually watch the anime. Like, let's just say, for example, every single time I watch Naruto Shippuden, after seeing some of the stuff I've seen, it's like I can't look at those characters the same ever again. And there's a lot of things that come in mind. And, it doesn't always affect the way I watch it, because I can still watch it pretty fine most of the time, but occasionally there'll be something that just pops in the back of my head, or something happens that just reminds me of that. And sometimes with the right situation and just how things happen, it will remind me exactly of something that I saw, and it's just crazy. And just, it really affects the way I look at the character sometimes, and just, I don't know, it's something that I don't want in the back of my head or to be even thinking about when I'm trying to watch the show, but it does happen from time to time, so I definitely try to keep away from that stuff. And, I would say these are two separate areas, but kind of in the same direction, sort of, or the other way around. I would say in the same area, but two different directions, you know what I mean? And when it comes to, anime that has a lot of female characters that are very easily amusing, they do a great job of entertaining you. And Rosario Vampire actually does have some interesting things about it that I really do like about it, as an anime in general. And I will say, though, that most of these types of animes are usually the kind of things I want to watch alone, which sounds a little bit crazy. But if you actually watch at least Rosario Vampire with a couple of friends, it's a very interesting experience, the least to say. I mean, with a bunch of guys in the same room, it's crazy. But, this is definitely the thing that I could easily think of that is definitely a guilty pleasure, and a lot of people that watch anime, not all, but a lot of them have probably watched at least, a little bit of hentai or seen some stuff, or they've watched a couple of animes like this. If it's not Rosario Vampire, which most people have, it's probably something else, and we've all had those moments, and we've all had that guilty pleasure, and it's, there's a lot of guilt, there definitely is, but somehow, the way they do those shows, they grab your attention, and they get you to just keep on watching. So that's how it happens. But anyways, that's it for this video. I'm gonna be doing another video shortly after this, and a couple of other ones as well. And so yeah, and I moved the microphone and the camera and everything. Hopefully things are a lot better, maybe in better focus or something. If not, then well, that's perfectly fine either way. So thank you guys again for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.